Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is Dr. Huxford from OCH Huxford Clinic Pulmonary Sleep Medicine. How are you, my friend?
Very good, Troy. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Likewise. Well, I just thought since there's been, the COVID vaccination that is starting to roll out across the world and we're waiting to hear what's happening here, I thought it was a good time to have a discussion about vaccines in general. I actually have a few questions,
Yes.
but I'm going to let you start off with some of the vaccines that you wanted to discuss as well.
Right. I just thought, there's still some uncertainty or some questions out there on the COVID vaccine, and more answers will come out as that unfolds. But especially for people with respiratory issues or any kind of chronic medical issue, there's some established vaccines that are effective. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't use them. There's misconceptions about them, but I think they're important. The primary two are the flu vaccine and the pneumonia vaccine.
Oh, well, what age? Well, let's start off with the flu vaccine because that's been around in a few years, well, quite a few
Right.
years. And
Yeah.
I can't remember not having one, to be honest with you. I think ever since I've been an adult, I've been having one. Would that be about right?
Right. Yeah, definitely. Even children, get them. I've always been a pro-vaccine guy. I get the flu shot every year as well. Typically, there's always a misconception that people like, oh, I had that vaccine years ago. It gave me the flu, and I'm not ever going to get it again. The flu vaccine these days is not a live virus, meaning it should not get you sick. Now, you could have you can maybe not feel good or something, but it should not give you the flu these days. So it's recommended. There's two doses. If you're over 65, there's a high dose flu vaccine. If you're under 65, it's just the regular dose. So it's just a little more protection for those over 65. Sometimes you have to ask for it. If you're at the drugstore and say, hey, I'm 65, can I have the high dose one?
Well, funny you say that because when I had mine done, they actually asked you to fill out this little form where they actually asked your date of birth. So that's making it a little bit easier for the pharmacies and all these places where you get it for free if you have insurance.
You're not quite ready for the high dose one yet, I guess.
Oh, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for that, my friend. Now, let's just talk about the pneumonia one because this is very interesting. At what age should one be getting the pneumonia shot?
There are two pneumonia vaccines. One is called the Pneumovax 23. That's been around the longest. The other one is called Prevnar 13. It's a relatively newer one, although it's been out for a few years. To make it simple, for mostly on the Prevnar 13, it's if you're 65 and older, you qualify for that one. There are some indications where you could get it younger, but usually 65, and it's just one time. You just get it one time, and that's good. Based on current recommendations, you don't need a booster.
You don't need it every year.
No. The other one, the Pneumovax 23, which has been around the longest, is pretty much for just about any adult from 19 and above. If you have any kind of medical issue, it could be high blood pressure, it could be diabetes, it could be asthma, it could be whatever. And that's the one you typically get the shot and then a booster every 5 years.
I got you. I do want to touch on the COVID vaccination, but we don't know a lot of information just yet. But one of the things that was brought to my attention, if we have the COVID vaccination, will that affect the flu shot that we've had as well?
It shouldn't. I suppose anything is possible, but it should not. It should stand on its own, not have any issues with the flu. We do know that for most of the companies coming out, it's going to be a two-step process. You get one shot, and then you come back in a few weeks, and you get the other one.
All right, my friend, I appreciate everything.
Troy, thank you.
If you want to find out more information about Dr. Huxford, there it all is up on the screen for you. OCH Huxford Clinic Pulmonary and Sleep Medicine. We'll be back after this short break.